Hello and welcome to the second video on the AS Skeleton Code for this year, 2026, Elimination. I've done one video previously where I've pointed out a few of the bugs within the program. So I'm going to work through some of these bugs and try and fix them. So first of all, let's start the program. Okay, and I want to start the game. If I enter A1 in lowercase, it's an invalid move, so it's not recognizing the lowercase characters. The other thing was, if I do put capitals on and go A1 space A4, for example, that will crash the program. Okay, so the program has crashed at this point here. So I'm going to try and make it so that it accepts lowercase characters and allow it to remove spaces from the input. Okay, so I'm going to do a search. So Control and F. I'm going to look for enter move, which is where you're asked for the move. Control and F is a great way of finding your way around the program, by the way, if you're stuck. So at this right line here, I'm going to put in dot replace space comma with a null value. So that will remove all the spaces from the read line as it's passing it over to the move. And then to put the upper in, or to get it to accept lowercase, I'm going to put to upper. So that should, in one easy way, fix that problem. So let's try that again. Okay, start game. Try lowercase, A1. Oops. And A1's been removed. Now if I try A2 and then put a space in to A4, it's also removed that and accepted it. So that has prevented one way of the program crashing, and also for the lowercase characters to be taken. Okay, so next up, I'm going to run the program again. I'm going to break into that. So if you remember from the last video, from the demonstration, or if you've been playing around with it yourself, we can set the board size here. So I can specify a board width of 12 by 12. Okay, I'm going to start the game. You can see now it's a bigger board. You can see that we've got some out of line characters further down. So I've got a fix for that later on. But first up, if I try and move A1 to A10, it only removes the one character. The reason for this is that it's actually only accepting A1 to A1. It's not seeing that 0 there. So again, this is a very easy fix. I'm going to Control C the program, and I'm going to look for substring. Okay, so this is where the move is converted. So this converts the refs to the coordinates, and it's at this point here where the row is interpreted. So you've got the column there, and if you remember, it does this clever thing here where it subtracts the ASCII value of A to convert letters to a zero-based reference. And here we've got something going on where it's getting the substring, i.e. the second part of the A1 or whatever, and it's only taking one character there because that comma 1 means just take one character. So simply removing that should fix that problem. So we'll try the program again. Set board size. Let's go for 12 by 12 again. Start the game. A1 to A12. And it's cleared all those squares. Okay, so those are two very easy fixes. Now, let's break into the program again, and I'll show you another problem with the program. So, if I wanted to, if I made a mistake in what I was typing in here and typed in a letter instead, it would crash the program. Okay, so if I type in hello or help, let's go for help. Okay, the program has crashed, and it's crashed on this line here. So you can see what's going on. This is the case statement for the various options. But here, it's converting the input to an integer. Well, I didn't enter an integer. I entered a character. I entered H in help, and it tried to convert H into an integer. It can't be done, so the program has crashed because of that. Okay, so that could very well be a question on the AS paper. Why would that crash? Simply, it's converting a string to an integer and failing to do so. So this is a very easy fix again. Actually, there are two ways of doing this. One is I can do a try parse, a command called a try parse, and see if it converts it. There's an even easier way than that. Why are we converting it to an integer? Why don't we just input it as a string? We don't need to do this conversion. Don't need that bracket there. Actually, it would help if I stopped the program, wouldn't it? Okay. Two brackets there. Let's get rid of one. And secondly, all these ones are now highlighted, and that's because user input is now a string. So simply, we can put quotes around not too many of them. Oops. It's trying to be helpful, but not being helpful by putting in the extra quote on the other side. So that's all the options. The program is now bug-free. We're accepting in a string for user input, and we're comparing that string against the number 1, well, the string 1, the string 2, the string 3, string 4, and the string 9. So we shouldn't get an error now. And that kind of does all the validation for us as well. If we'd done the try parse command, and that was my first attempt at solving this problem, you run into other issues of validation as to whether you've got a right number. And it can be done. It's not Not too complicated, but this is easier in this instance. So now if I type in help, it's simply presented the menu back to me again, because it's not one of those options. So it has broken out. It's not, we're not playing the game. Playing game is false. So it's simply gone round this while loop back to there and displayed the menu again. So I'm going to close the video on that. I've got some more fixes for other things. We'll move on to that in the next video. Thank you for watching.